How y'all doing, YouTube? Yeah, okay. Enough sugars, enough sugars. Look, man, we'll go home in a minute. I don't have a mustache no more, so I don't know what you're licking. You can't comb the mustache anymore. There ain't nothing left up there, man. I don't have no flavor saver on. Now get down. Let me talk. Come on. Let me talk. Huh? No, go sit. Come on. Go sit. Sit down. Be good. Be good, baby. Be sweet, baby. Sit down. Come on. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. What the heck with it, man? Don't sit down, man. Have you ever got yourself in a situation where you're trying to stab your manual shift transmission in your block? I must have watched a dozen videos in the last 3 or 4 days trying to figure out an easy way to stab the transmission in there. And I think when I put the inline 6 motor in there, I put the motor in it. Let me change views. Anyway, when I put this motor in there, in the truck over there, let me think. Just bear with me here. Let me gather my thoughts. I put this motor in the truck first, and then I go to, because my truck, it has that removable. Actually, my truck didn't come originally with a removable pan. Somebody welded some nuts and washers on the back, and they cut a hole in the floor, and then they went and took another plate out of another truck, and then they made it to where you could make a removable floor pan for access to the transmission. So I stuck the inline motor 6 in here, and I got down underneath it and tried using a jack and putting a jack on the block and adjusting the tilt of the motor, and then putting blocks up on the transmission, and back and forth and back and forth and in and out and in and out. It looked like a monkey screwing a football in there. 2 monkeys screwing a football with me and my son. And it must have took us a couple of days. Because I'm the kind of guy that, yes, baby, yes. Now let Daddy talk. Can Daddy talk? Yeah. I'm the kind of guy that, if I get tired of messing with something, I'll have to walk away from it, because I'll start throwing crap. I'll start beating the crap out of stuff, getting all up in a rage, and end up messing something up. So I gotta walk away from it. So the last time I put the inline 6 motor in there, it must have took 3 or 4 days, and I ended up, everybody told me I was silly and stupid, but I ended up taking a big old tow strap and running over the top of my cab, and it come along, and I ended up suspending my transmission from the inside to where I could rock my transmission, back and forth, and that way I could adjust the height of the transmission. I could rock it back and forth real easy. That was an easier way than getting underneath it. And a lot of people might argue with me and say that, no, it's not that hard. You just got to know what you're doing. Well, I don't know. It's whatever works for yourself. But I can tell you this. I put this one on. And no, I didn't. There again, I didn't shoot no footage of it. This is a vlog channel, more or less. But I put the, I didn't put the bell housing on first. I took my clutch and my pressure plate, and I threw it over the shaft without the bell housing on, and then I stabbed the transmission in there, and then I bolted up my pressure plate. I did try to at first leave the pressure plate loose, but I just couldn't get it. There wasn't no, it was like somebody stabbing something in the dark. There wasn't no way of telling if I was close or what. So took the bell housing off, and yeah, I know they sell these little wrenches that you have, and I had one, but I couldn't find it, and I didn't feel like cutting my sledgehammer in half and making a makeshift tool to align the clutch. It's a clutch aligning tool. I didn't have it. So I just thought I would share out there with you people. This is how you do it without a clutch lining tool. If you have the motor and transmission out of the block, I mean out of the motor, and you have your front end off of your truck. I went through a lot of trouble to do it this way, but it didn't take me but maybe an hour to take that whole front end off. I didn't take the whole front clip off. I just took the core support out and the bumper and the grill, and that's it. It took me about maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, she's looking okay. I really wish I would have left it, patina. I'll get onto that in another video. I regret it. I wish I would have listened to you people out there. I should have just left it alone, but it looks good. It looks alright. It's gonna look alright. But anyway, so I put the transmission up in there and I throw the clutch and the pressure plate over the shaft, stab it in there, put the clutch and the pressure plate up to the flywheel, bolt it up, snugged it up real good. Turn it while I was bolting, you know, I took some spark plugs out of the block so I could turn the motor over a little bit freer than with compression. So I'd spin it over a little bit and then start tightening up them torque converter bolts, you know, spin it over a little bit. And I had to get the height of my transmission even with these bolts right here. I had to get it even, you know. So when I put the bell housing, anyway, I put the bell housing back on, and I got it really close, and I put this gear, I believe I stuck this gear forward, and then one of these gears. Anyway, I put it in gear to where it wasn't free turning. I wanted to be able to turn my shaft. I stuck it in gear. And I lined it up and twisted the yoke on it, and it went in. And then it left me with about this much where it wouldn't go in. So I gently just took the bolts, and I know you're not supposed to do that with an automatic transmission. Do not do that with an automatic transmission. If it's getting that close and it's hitting and it's not going all the way in, you need to stop, because you're going to bust the pump out in your automatic turbo 350 transmission. I messed one up one time. I busted the pump in the transmission. But it's okay if it's a manual and you got your clutch plate lined up close already. You know, you got your tool in there. You know, you do it with your tool. But I'm just trying to help people out if they don't have a tool. Anyway, it went on together. Went in there real easy. It's much easier to do this stuff out here to where you can look at your angles and you can take a measure tape and, you know, I did a lot of different things. You know, I took a measuring tape and measured, you know, even when it was, you know, real far away. And I slid it up in there even, and I made sure, I just got an eyeball. Somebody said take all thread, you know, but I believe that'll work on a Ford transmission or a different kind of transmission, but not this kind of transmission, because look, right here, your all thread's gonna run off into here. It's not gonna work. You say get longer bolts and stuff like that. Well, you know, these bolts are just long enough to stick in here like this and start tightening them down. I couldn't cheat it on that. I've also tried to put all this together and then put the bell housing on here the last time and use these guides right here. Or you stab the bell on there. You put your bell housing on your transmission first, and then you take these and you stick on your block, and that way you can guide it up on there like that. But I tried that today and it didn't work. I was having trouble getting it stabbed again. So I put the bell housing on. I did everything like that, and anyway, it's together. It's coming along. Now I gotta. Oh man, my foot is killing me, man. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for my son to get home from school, and he's gonna come over here, and I'm gonna hold the tail end of this transmission. I need to put the motor mounts off of this inline 6 onto the 350 Chevy. Bolt them right on. Slide them up in there. Got it in as far as I can get it off of the hole, or I might be out here running the jack. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I know it's going to be a lot easier to get that thing back in there all together, man, than in one unit than having to do it two-piece and it's crawling under the damn car or the vehicle that you're trying to work on. I think it's much easier this way. In fact, I know it's going to be much easier getting that thing in there. Because all I got to do is just, you know, it's self-explanatory, people. I can just slide it off in there. And I got to wait to put the transmission top back on because that stem will not clear my firewall. And I don't want to butcher my firewall. I thought that was kind of neat how they did that, man. They cut a hole in this floorboard. And you see the little weld marks? They welded washers and nuts on the back side. You can see they drew a line. I don't know if you can see the line. I don't have a light on. You can vaguely see that line. That line's right there. There it is. They drew a line around it, and then they cut about 2 inches on the inside of that line, all the way around. And then they cut another piece out of another truck, and they overlap the top of it. I hear they do come factory like that, but this particular one didn't come factory. They had to make it like that. But it's coming along. It's coming along so I can get this thing up and running. Go on with my life. Sure can't wait to hear that thing purring in my truck, man. Anyway, Taylor, you ready to go take a break? Huh? You ready to go take a break? Yeah, my baby. Before I go, let me change views again. There we go. Yeah, I'm in the back of a police car right now. I can't tell you, no, too, but you can't get in this police car. Can't tell you how many times I've been in the back of a police car just for tickets. F them damn tickets, man. Just drive until you get pulled over, go to jail, tell your wife, come get your car. Don't pull over in the middle of the street, park in a parking lot. Then if you're real nice to the officer and tell him, look, can I just sign a release form and let my car sit there if it's in a private parking lot area? You know what I'm saying? They'll give you a break if you just be nice to them and don't ever lie to them. I hate it. Cops hate it when you lie to them. Cops hate it when you get rude with them. Cops hate that crap, man. I found out it's a lot easier before when they first walk up to the car and ask you for your driver's license. You tell them, nope, don't have one, it's suspended, and I got multiple tickets, sir. Sometimes they don't feel like doing the paperwork, man. They'll just go ahead and write you a couple more and let you go. But you got to let them know initially what's going on, especially if you know you got warrants and stuff for not paying your tickets. You need to let them know up front, hey, this is the deal. And I'm telling you, man, 80% of the time, depending on how many you got stacked up already, they would do that. And I know this is probably going to be a long-ass video, huh? But look, the deal with the shop up here, this is the reason why I'm so clean cut right now. And, well, I did have, well, you can't see it, they're dirty now, but they're a lot cleaner shoes. I brought them brand new. I bought the shoes brand new, didn't wear them until I went into the municipal court building up there. And I told him, I said, hey, I need to know what it's going to take to get this daggum business legal. Well, I had to provide a lot of paperwork. You know, it's like the guy that's renting me the place, he don't own the place, he's renting from the owner, so he was subleasing the place. They ain't going to turn the water on until I told him what kind of business I was running. And I told him, okay, look, I'm going to run a detail shop. Because my landlord told me that if you tell them that you want to do mechanic work, that you want to do oil changes, yada, 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 you know, my idea of this shop, basically, I don't want to turn this place into, I'm not going to get rich on this place. All I want is a place to work on my own crap. That's the main objective here, you know. And if I got a friend or two here or there wants to pay me a little bit of money to work on their stuff, you know, I'll slide it through the system. But it's definitely not trying to turn this shop into an occupational place of work, because it's very complicated. This area, they don't want nobody doing mechanic work in this area because it's just a lot of rules and regulations that they're making these high-end places follow, and it makes them mad because, for example, speedy oil change or something like that. Or quick lube. You know what I'm saying? They got to concrete the whole area. We're sitting on grass right now back here. They want the whole area concreted. They're really tough on those people, and they make them follow every letter of the law, you know, down to on point with everything. Well, for an individual like me, or somebody that's wanting to get their own business going, that's just trying to have a hobby body shop or something like that, you know, it upsets the high-end companies that we can get by with renting the place out, and they could be lenient on us, opposed to, you know, you know, people do have hearts out there. They'll give the little guy a break, you know. So, and they will give me a break. I mean, the last guy that rented this place out, he told him he was going to run a detail shop. He ended up doing mechanic work / oil changes, all that other stuff. And, you know, it's like the city wasn't really too much hard on them, you know. They knew what he was doing. They didn't care, you know. They cut him some slack. He rented the place for a couple of years, and he moved on, because I did ask him how he got by with it, and this is how he told me, you know. And I don't know if I should be talking about his crap on camera. Anyways, you know. But, so I applied for I did apply for, told him what I wanted to do with my business, wrote it down, told him the name of the company is going to be, and I'm having to wait a couple of days for them to throw it through the court system. They're either going to approve me or not approve me. If they don't approve me, well then, I don't get no water turned on. And if they find you operating in a place of business, you can't dwell on a place without water. They won't let you. Now you can use it for storage, but you can't be running no business, and you can't even be working on your own crap, which I think is a bunch of crap, you know what I'm saying? They ought to give you a break if you want to rent it for personal use and work on your own things. I think that sucks. It's like they're forcing the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer. They don't want the little guy renting a shop and working on his own car in there. What are you going to be doing in there? Well, if you proceed to tell them I'm going to be do a little bit of paint, I'm going to be doing a little bit of mechanic work, I'm going to be doing a little bit of modifications, I want to restore the whole car, then they're going to look at you and say, well, you got to have permits for all that. You know, and we got to make you follow all these rules, because we got to make rules are rules, and everybody has to follow them. So I guess we'll just see what happens. But if not, I'll just go back to my house, man, and pour me a concrete slab over there in that backyard somewhere off to the side, because there's a place where cars are parked, but it's a gravel driveway right now. Just take some Sackcrete and pour down there, smooth it out, and build me a little awning, and then work on my own stuff over at my house, because I ain't playing this crap, you know. If they don't want me over here, they don't want me over here. But I just think it's there's always a loophole for everything, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna get off here and let y'all go. Go to the house, get off my foot, sit for a little while. And wait for my son to get home. Anyway, catch y'all later. Linster out. Well, thank you very much, son. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. It went in real smooth, man, just like I thought it would. I had that strap over there tied to the top of the cherry picker. And I gotta say, you know, some people might not think that the tie straps are not the way to go, but you know, these tie straps, man, I adjusted them where I needed them. You know, and then that orange tie strap back there, I tied to the top of up here, run up here. I wrapped around it twice and then put a slip knot in it. Anytime I needed to adjust and let my tail come down further and further, and finally until it reached over that cross member down there. My son worked the jack and let it down and put the jack forward, and then I grabbed hold of this strap inside here, pulled up on it, and it slid right in all in one thump. The only thing that I see that I'm hoping it didn't mess nothing up was I should have I should have took that distributor cap off first. Because I heard it go pop. I hope it didn't crack it. I got an extra one anyway. I got extra rotor button and everything, but if I have to do this again, man, I'm gonna pull the distributor cap off. But the motor mounts fit off the inline sticks. I didn't use all of it, just some of it. See, it just there's a piece that bolts onto here that came right off of here and then bolted right on up. I don't know if I'm gonna use that. I don't know, can y'all give me some advice? Would you use this this fan? Looks like it's been tortured, man. I mean, look at that fin right there, it's all bananaed, and then this one over here they're bent. I mean, what would you do? Would you put this old school thing? I got one of these, and then I got that one that they sell at Summit Racing. But anyway, son, let's shut this thing down. It's getting dark, man. Let's shut it down. Something's biting you. Oh, hold on, let me see it. Let me see it. That's a tick. Looks like it's half full. Yeah, that's a tick, man.
That's not no tick. That's... Oh, that was lint.
Huh?
That was lint.
Oh, it's lint. Lint's biting you, huh?
I mean... not lint.
A sticker. All right, sticker's biting you. All right, well, let's go. Come on, let's get a shot.